What's up, guys? LarriWhyte back with season 2. We got a special guest today. It's the interview segment. So we got a special guest. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
What's up, everyone? I'm Julian. I produce, I make beats, turntablist, DJ.
Yeah, everything. The
Yep.
man does it all, right? All right. So let me say, okay. So speaking of the DJ, I want to start off with this. How do you think? Let me see how I worded this. How do you think DJ helped you in the long run with production? Like how do you think DJing helped you to be where you're at now?
Just taught you, how do I explain it? it just teaches you all like the basic measures, like how the music should sound. Because if you when I started DJing, that's what taught me all the production stuff.
Right.
Just how to count bars, how to be on tempo, how to make everything in key, how to make everything sound right. It really does help out learning how to DJ before production, for me at least.
Okay. Respect. Now let me ask. Now, the second part of my question is, if you didn't DJ before you started making beats, do you think you'd be as far as you were now, or if you could see at it, if it from perspective as if you didn't ever DJ, do you think you'd be how do I want to word it? How as good as you are now? If you didn't DJ, do you think you would have caught on to the gist of things?
Um, I don't think so, honestly, because
No. Okay. All
DJing
right.
first, that was like a big part because at first I wanted to make beats. So, I
All right.
downloaded, a demo version of FL Studio.
Right.
I tried to make some beats. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, it's like, all right, DJing for me, I was thinking it's pretty easy. You get one record, two records, blend that shit together, match the
Yep.
beat, just because when it comes to DJing, you get straight into it. There's like really no thinking. Of
Right.
course, you have to learn the process itself, but it's like a pretty straightforward thing because you have the turntables, mixer, and then the records, and
Right.
then it's whatever whatever creative stuff you have in your mind, just let it all out.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, that seems like I don't know the way you're wording. See, I've always like my homies, man. I don't know if you know, I think you do. You know Eli the guy.
Yep, I know him. Yep,
Okay. Do you know Hoodie Jim? He's friends with Eli.
yep.
Okay, so we're all I live with Hoodie Jim and then Eli, he doesn't live very far from us, but they always be working on beats and they have their like drum pad and everything. And I always be watching them and see how they do the process. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I could ever do it. It just seems like it's I don't know. It seems like it'd be I know you guys put in a lot of work, so I respect that because I just there's a
I
lot that goes
appreciate it.
in. Yeah, there's a lot more that goes to it than what people think. But I don't think I could ever do it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, like DJing wise, because back in the days when I first started, I had shitty turntables. I
Right.
had two mismatched needles that didn't
Yep.
even stay on the record. I didn't even have I was using computer speakers back then. So, the sound wasn't all that.
All
But the
right.
thing is, like, I got all the techniques down at the time. I used what I had back then, eventually upgrading.
All
As
right.
soon as I got better equipment.
You just did it, man. I like that. So let me talk to you about this. This is interesting because I don't talk to many people that have this point of view. And I used to ask this question, but I kind of stopped. So you said you fuck with old school music more than new school music. What do you think well, let me ask you the first. I got two parts. What do you think the difference is that you see, and why do you prefer old school over new school music?
Prefer old school rather than new school because I just feel like there's a lot more soul put into it.
Right.
Like nowadays, I'm not trying to shit on the shit nowadays,
Yeah.
but it's just not for me. People try to put me on. It's just like I can't understand it. It's just I don't
Yeah.
care for it. So I just go to the old school stuff. It's just more soul in it. I feel
Right.
like it's more well put together. It just fits me more.
All right. Fair enough. I haven't yeah, usually when I talk to people, they don't have that. It's usually more like, we're hip to the new stuff. I mean, I've talked to a couple older, not, I guess, yeah, a couple old heads, and they had the same point of view. I'm not saying you're old, but
Yeah, no, it's all good.
they had the same point of view. So that's cool. I definitely, I don't know. I'm kind of in between. Like some of the new stuff it's okay, but then some of the other new stuff is like, I don't know. Some of it's just too, I don't know how to explain it the best way, but some of it's just too much. I feel like most of the time I can't make out what anybody says. it's got to be somebody I really fuck with that like I know what you know.
Yeah, when it comes to rap, I think the newest rapper I even have is, I mean, Joey Badass still does some shit, I
Right,
heard.
right.
And
Yeah, he
then,
does. I think he does a little bit. Yeah, good.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
Someone's
all right.
calling.
No, you're
Nah,
good,
but
bro.
yeah, Joey Badass, he has some good shit. I was watching, what was it, Raising Kanan. That's why I heard
Yeah,
found out about him. I was like, I knew he rapped. I didn't care for him back in the
right.
days, but when I checked him out, I was like, ah, damn, I missed that
Yeah,
whole pro, what whatever his era was. I forgot. Pro era.
yeah.
That's what it's
Pro
called.
area.
Yeah, I
Yep,
missed that whole thing. I was like, oh shit, they were dope as
yep.
hell because
Right.
the newer generation, and then they had that boom bap sound still.
Yep, yep.
Like, oh shit, you guys are dope.
Right. No, I feel that, bro. Like, yeah, I think it's definitely a lot. It's, and there's a bigger difference than what people think. I will say that there's a bigger difference.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely,
Yeah,
100%. Okay, so back to your music. So you have now. You do you have two beat tapes or three?
I have two B tapes.
Two. Okay, it might have been I might have read that wrong. So you have broke but dope, and then you have Children of the Watch, right?
Yes, sir.
Is
Yep.
okay, cool. So how long did they each take to make? And then the second part is which one was your favorite, or which one do you think did better out of the two?
I think both of them. The first one, I had my MPC 2000, so I was
Okay,
rocking, floppy disk, all the old
right,
technology, that shit.
right,
So that one probably took maybe I'd say a year
okay,
because I was just making certain beats. I was putting them to the side, but I'd say maybe about a year.
okay.
And then the second one maybe took, that's when I got my MPC Live. So I saw digital now, modern technology. That one probably took, say like 6 months maybe.
That
Because
ain't bad.
the thing is like I just collect all my beats and then when I feel like I'm ready, I'll just,
Put them
pick
together.
the best out of the whole batch
Right.
and then release them. And
Okay.
then let's see. I feel like out of the two, which one's my favorite? I say Broke but Dope Volume 1. That one was my
Yeah.
favorite because,
The OG.
yep, the OG
The
one.
OG.
Because when I first started, so the thing is, what got me to wanting to make beats was actually the Wu-Tang show on Hulu. Like I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
DJing and everything. And then I saw the first episode. It was just RZA making a beat in his studio. And I was like,
Right.
oh, yeah, I should start making beats now because that's when I was getting better at DJing. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try this out. So I got an
Right.
MPC 2000 same day I saw that episode. And then somehow when I was making the beats, I felt like I knew what I was doing all of a sudden. I don't know how, but I just started making beats, just started experimenting, and then it just happened to come out all good. I was like, oh shit,
That's
nice.
dope, bro. Hell yeah. That's dope. I like that. Okay. Let me go. Where did I want to talk to you about next? Hold on. I have a bunch here that I wrote down. Okay. I'm going to ask you this. Walk me through. Now I'm always been curious. Walk me through the beat process. You said you make a bat, get everything together and just pick your favorite. How do you get everything to flow? Like the rhythm, the sound, like how does that all come together? And like where does it just all start? And walk me through each little step. I want to know.
So let's see. The beat making process, I'd say, of course, I find the sample depending on what mood I'm in. That
Mhm.
matters because whatever mood you're in, that determines the sample you're playing or
Right.
listening to. If you're in a shitty mood, it might be some dark music
Yeah.
or something. You
Right. Right.
might find like a dark beat
Yeah.
sample at least. If I'm feeling in a good mood, I might find something soulful. If I just feel like making something creative, it's whatever I find, honestly. So I find the sample, just chop it up. And then beforehand, though, I listen to like some of my favorite artists or beat makers, producers from back in the days, like Premier, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre,
Okay.
Marley Marl,
Yep.
all three of them like are my inspirations because I use some of their techniques in my beats.
Right.
So yeah, I'll chop it up and then I look for specific drums. Back then I used to just find drums off, vinyl on
Right.
records,
Hmm.
find a break real quick. But now I was like, that takes a long time sometimes.
Right, right,
I just want to get into it. So I've
right.
been buying some beat packs online, drum
Okay.
kits, just lay the drums out, chop it up, make sure everything's all fine. And then I usually start off with the drums. And then, I just start flipping the sample. I hit record if I'm feeling something funky or anything.
Right. Okay. I like that.
And what else? Just keep on making the loops, the sequences. I might add some scratching in some of my beats, like Premiere. That's what he does. That's why I
Right.
love Premiere. He'd be scratching on his own beats.
Right.
I'll be doing that, make it into a song. And then what I usually do sometimes is I change down the bit reduction or the sample rate so it sounds like more older than usual.
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit of crunch into it rather than recording in, what is it, 64-bit, whatever it is
Right.
nowadays. So I just, try to make it a little bit more grimy sometimes, whatever
I like
sample,
that.
if it does fit.
All right. I like that. Okay. Now I want to ask you this. You just talked about all your inspirations. I have this question. I've been throwing this in there in the past one. So if you could sit down with three of your favorite artists, right? And I'll give you an hour. Okay, I'll give you an hour. Three of your favorite artists. What are you asking of them and why? Like, what are you gonna pick their brain about? Who's it gonna be for an hour, a whole hour? So you got 60 minutes.
6 minutes. Shit, let me
I
see.
know, that's what I'm saying. I throw that question in there. They're like, oh God.
That's a good question.
I know that's what I'm saying. We can if you don't got now, we can move. I want to apologize too because I keep looking down on my phone, but I got all my notes here. I always try to find a way to like set it up, but I can never. But yeah, if you wanna skip it and come back, we can. There's no problem.
We'll come back to that.
All right,
That's
that's
good.
cool.
That's
All
fun.
right, okay,
I'll think
yeah,
about
that's
it.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, so let me ask you this: where do you want to see yourself within the next year? You got everything going. Like, what do you want to improve on? What do you know that you want to improve on and continue to grow within your production? Like, what do you want to improve on and see yourself within the year?
Within the year, I'd say I'd wanna definitely work with more people, get out there
Okay,
more, market my music more, have an actual plan. Because I feel like now I don't really have a plan.
right. It is hard to have a plan. Sometimes
Yeah, it
it is
happens. Like
very hard. It is very hard.
it's hard because like sometimes I might make a beat, I won't promote it. If I feel like
Right.
dropping it right now, I might drop it right now after it's done, which is a terrible strategy. So I was like, yeah, I just want to have an actual plan, market more, work with more people. Um, Definitely get out in Vegas more because there's actually a cool hip hop scene here sometimes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who do it over here.
Okay.
Just never link up with them. They're cool DJs. Some producers over here are cool.
That makes sense. I mean, Vegas probably has a lot of connects. See, I'm from Ohio. I told you that. I don't
Uh,
have, yeah, there's not a lot of, I mean, you very rarely, you probably here and there, but there's not a lot. Like our little slim circle is probably the most you'll get around here.
okay, yeah, because
That's
over
the,
here,
yeah,
it's like an EDM town over here. They be raised
right,
over here and shit. But there are people who are down with hip hop over here.
right.
So it's pretty
That's
cool.
dope. That's dope. I like that. Hold on. Let me pull my notes back up. Pause. See, I try to hold this. Okay, basketball. I want to talk to you about basketball. That's what it was.
Okay.
So, how long did you play for? What position? And like, what led you? Let me ask you this. That's one. What led you to go to into production? Like, what changed your mind? Did you have any other besides basketball? Did you have any other dreams you wanted to chase before you got into DJing and making the beats? And
At first, when I lived in San Diego, I wanted to be a skater because everyone in
okay,
San Diego was skating.
skating,
Like if
right?
you didn't
Yeah,
skate in San Diego, I don't know what you were doing.
right,
But,
right.
everyone was skating in San Diego, so I wanted to be a skater. I feel like I wasn't really improving like that.
Yeah,
And then that's when I found out about basketball. I started playing basketball, started to get better, so I stopped skating because I didn't want to hurt myself.
right.
So I could play basketball. Just playing basketball a few years, got better, of course. I stopped in high school though, because that's when I wanted to take music seriously.
Seriously.
I
Okay.
just felt like honestly, I didn't like the coach in high school. He was an asshole, so I didn't want to
Yeah.
play for him.
Yeah, no, I feel
Yeah.
that. I played
But
in high
anyway,
school. Yeah. The unfortunate part about it, then the shitty thing with my situation. So I played shit, I've been playing probably since like third grade. And I started I was big in like third grade. Like I wasn't like tall, but I was, chunky, right? So
Uh-huh.
I played the forward position, but then like probably like seventh grade, I was probably only like probably 5'9". So I was coming off the bench because I played in a rec league. I was coming off the bench. I was playing the
Okay.
guard. I was playing the guard. I was like, I didn't mess with it. And then eighth grade, I hit a growth spurt. I think I hit like 6 foot. So I'm like, all right, I'm back to where I need to be. So then I got more natural, and I'm old school, like kind of how you are with the rap. I play down on the block. I love my hook shots, drop steps, spin moves. That's just how I play. I've always played that way. So then I moved. I played all the way through my freshman year, and then I switched schools. Like I went from. It's so weird. I went from like a city that's like 10 minutes apart. I switched schools, right? Went to that school. They got a new coach, made the team, and then I played from my junior year. I didn't play my sophomore year because it was a new school, and I was low key scared. I was like, I don't know, like I don't know
Okay.
anybody, so I was like, damn. So I played the rec league again, but then junior year I tried out because they had a new coach. Then I made it. I sat varsity my junior year. I played a little bit my junior year, but I played mainly JV. I sat varsity, and then my senior year I started, and then, but I just the problem with our coach was pretty much he wasn't an asshole, but like I don't even know how to explain it. Like he didn't coach the right way. Like certain game, it didn't fit the way we should have played. Like we had the
Didn't seem
team.
like he was a
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah. The way we had the team, he wasn't the right fit for us. But they
Okay.
continued to it just didn't work. So I tried to go to like a community college, but by the time I tried after school, I got out of shape so bad. I couldn't keep up with anybody. And even community college, I'm only six. I'm probably going on 6'3", so that's still guard height. So I'm back to where I
All
don't want to be. I don't want to be that, but I'm done. I'm probably done growing. So I just kind I wouldn't necessarily say I give up, but life kind of kicked my ass, and I'm doing other things right now. So,
right. Okay. I feel
but
you. Yeah.
we're living. Sorry, I got off topic, but I know you
It's
told me
all
about
good.
basketball, so I wanted to chop it up with
Yeah,
you.
because I was in a rec league too. Because
Yeah,
of course I went to like the practices for high school.
right.
Next thing you know, the reason why I actually quit, like there was a grade check because you have to have good
Oh
grades.
wow, yeah.
Oh shit! I
I
was like, you
forgot
know
about
what?
that. You are right. Yeah,
The thing is, I didn't have bad grades. I didn't have the best grade. That's
right.
what I'm trying to say.
See,
Like,
I don't know. Do you guys have I was in what is it? IEP. Like and I forget what it's called. It helped. I'm not slow, but like I needed help with like, it takes me a little bit to like grasp things. Like I'm not
okay,
stupid, but like I gotta like sit there and so they had me like when tests, I don't know if they had that with you, but like with us, we'd get our tests read to us and shit like that and stuff like that. I don't know if you had that at your school, but we would get like our
okay,
test. Yeah, we'd get like our test read, and it was like a smaller group. So I had the help I needed to keep my grades where I needed them to be. But
okay,
I
okay.
wasn't I wasn't any good at math and everything like that. So I don't
That's
know.
how it was. Yeah, they had the grade check. My friend was like, "Oh, it's okay. Your grades are fine." I was like, "Nah, I'm out, man.
Yeah,
Fuck this
right.
shit."
Yeah, nah, fuck that. But okay, let me get back on my notes. So I hate doing this, like, because I usually have everything I need. Hold on. Uh, next question. Ask you that. Um, okay. Do you want to go back? Did you get the three artists yet? Or are you
So what
still
is it?
kind of the three artists for the hour?
Damn, 3 artists.
No, okay, you think about it a little bit more.
Nah, I'll
All
start
right, all
thinking.
right.
I'll start.
No, you're good. No, you're good, bro. Okay. So you said basketball. You didn't have any other. I mean, there really wasn't anything that you really had your mind made up that before music. Like I mean, it could have been anything.
Nah, it
It
was it
was
was
music
either
straight
it
up.
was just straight up basketball, or
Okay,
then it went basketball faded away. Then it was like it's just all music.
all right. Did
Because
you have
all
any?
all
No, go
my
ahead.
friends back
Sorry.
then, it's all good. Because all my friends were like, man, what happened to you? You used to be good at basketball, man.
Yeah,
Like, why you quit? I was like, nah, I think I'm better with this music
yeah,
instead. Like, I just committed to that.
yeah. No, I feel that. So, on your music, did you have any family background that like kind of influenced you? Like, did anybody in your family create music in a way, or no? Was it just kind of natural?
Oh, well, my dad, he DJ'd back in the days with his homies and everything. And
Right.
then I think I got my old school shit from him
Okay.
because I think back then I knew who Dr. Dre was. He was
Right.
on, you heard him on the radio and everything,
Right. Oh yeah.
California Love, The
Yep.
Message. Um, one day I wanted what do you call it? The Dr. Dre beats.
Yeah.
I guess I looked up top 10 Dr. Dre beats, as in like his music beats.
Right.
And then I heard, what was it? Boys in the Hood. That was the
Yep.
song that made me love hip hop.
Yep.
I heard Boys in the Hood. I was like, oh shit. And then, my dad, he kind of schooled me on all the old school shit
Right.
eventually. And then I learned myself, I was, digging in the crates,
Yep.
just researching old school hip hop stuff.
That's dope. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, like I said, I talked to a few people that kind of, but the new schools, I don't know, man. It's just, it's really how you feel about it. I mean, there's no hate. I mean, there's no hate on new music, but there is, like I said, there is a bigger difference than what people think.
Because when it comes to new stuff, like when it comes to new stuff nowadays, like I love pop music now, dance
Yeah.
music,
Right.
maybe some EDM, but it can't be too
Too
EDM. If that
crazy.
makes
Right.
there's a
Yeah.
certain sound,
Yeah.
like
Right.
certain sounds I like pop music,
Right.
R&B. I'm not a biggest fan of R&B music now.
Yeah.
Um, some hip hop is good.
Right.
Some I have to like, you have to dig in the underground to find some dope shit though.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like shit you hear on the radio.
Yeah.
I'm not the
Definitely.
biggest, except for the
Yeah.
pop music though. I love pop
Right.
music. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree. I agree. Okay. Now, so you make beats. Have you ever thought about spitting some bars or throwing it out there? Or are you just like, nah,
Before when I like my when I first started getting into music, I actually started to like write some rhymes because I didn't have anything else. I had a
yeah,
piece of paper, pencil, and I had instrumentals on YouTube. I used to write some lyrics back then, but one time I just like spat out loud to a beat. I was thinking, I was like, shit is not for me.
right.
It
That's
is not
funny
for
as
me.
fuck. Yeah, I
Nah,
feel that,
but
bro.
sometimes I might spit some bars in my head or something, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. Nah,
right.
it's not for me.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, before I wrap this up, we'll go back to the question, but I want to ask you this. Do you have any projects in the works or like anything you're kind of like slowly working on that you want to talk about?
Right now today I actually bought an audio interface. So
Okay, all right.
I have like 170 beats on my MPC. I'm
All
just gonna
right,
go through
bet.
all of them, make sure they're finished and all good, and
Yeah,
I'm just gonna start to pick all of them out.
yeah.
Um, Eventually I might, just start making more. Like
Right.
I do want to collab with some people. Maybe I might get them on the
Yeah.
next whatever tape. But yeah, as of now, I'm just trying to sort out all my beats for the next one because I have so many beats on my hard drive and they need to they need to
Yeah,
be
they
out.
need to right, I agree. All right, okay. I got two more. Okay, so I always ask this at the end. What would be your best advice on somebody trying to it doesn't even got to be music, but somebody trying to reach their goal or their dream. What would you say to them for them to like not give up on that dream? Like what made you not give up on your dream for producing?
Well, if you love whatever you love, just keep on practicing, don't quit. That's that's all I'd have to say because when I started, just just keep on learning, meet new people so they could encourage you and just don't give up
Oh
because
yeah.
eventually you'll start to get better and you'll see the progress. It might be
Yeah,
slow because you got to learn. It'll take time. But, just don't quit if you love it that much.
definitely, bro. I respect it. On that part, have you ever had a moment like that where something happened or like the progress wasn't where you wanted and you're like, damn, bro, like maybe I shouldn't be making music or producing beats? Have you ever had a time like that or you kind of just went with the flow?
Yeah, I had a few times when I was like I
Okay.
had beat block. I just felt like I was still making beats, but I felt like all of the beats were half-assed.
Yeah.
Like I'd bang out a beat and then I'll listen to it. It's like it's so forced sometimes. It's like like one time I don't think I've made a beat for like maybe 2 months or something.
Yeah.
And then, I had all the incomplete beats and everything just going through it. Sometimes I feel like unmotivated sometimes. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when you have beat block, it's a frustrating feeling because you still love the music. The equipment's like right in front of you. That you just can't execute the thoughts you have in your
Right.
mind into the NPC or whatever you use.
Definitely. All right. So how do you clear that block? Like now that we're on that, how do you get rid of that block? Like how that's an interesting part that you just dove into. Like how do you just clear your mind all of a sudden you're like, fuck, I just got it back? Or like, what do you go do them something to like, how do you get all that?
Mm,
I know it's kind of tough. Like that's what,
actually, I might actually, because sometimes on YouTube, I might watch like my favorite producers just make some beats, bang out a beat.
yep,
I like watching, certain DJs just, cut it up, mix.
yep,
Eventually, like I might watch those videos and then it'll snap in my mind. It's like, okay, I think I know what to do. You
right.
feel inspired just to do some quality work in your machine. And then,
Definitely.
something good comes out eventually. Because at the end of the day, I'm a quality over quantity type of guy. So
Yep.
if it takes me forever to make these beats, it might take forever, but they'll be sounding good at least.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Well, all right. We're back to the final question. 3 artists, 1 hour. Pick the brain. Who you choosing and why?
Repeat that question again. My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you get to sit down with 3 artists for an hour. Any of your
Uh-huh.
favorite artists, you can ask them any question. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
What are you asking them and why?
Okay. Let me see. I say Dr. Dre.
Okay.
But Dr. Dre, if I was here, like sitting to him face to face, I'd ask him why the hell he dropped Detox because I've been waiting for that shit.
Yeah.
When I first found out about
Yeah.
him, I think it was a long time ago though. Like I said like 2012, 13. Like when
Right.
I heard about it, I was like, oh shit, Dr. Dre's gonna have some new shit coming out.
Yeah.
But he only has what, like three
Yeah.
albums down there.
Yeah.
He
It's,
got the
yeah.
Chronic 2001 and Compton. Of course,
Yep.
he got some other projects, but I'm talking about just
Right.
like Dr. Dre himself.
Yeah.
Because I know he's also, I think in one interview he said he's also a quality over quantity type of guy because
Yeah.
he wants to make sure his shit is sounding dope because
Right. Oh, yeah.
his sonics are fucking crazy
Yeah,
if you
definitely.
listen to his shit.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Dr.
artist,
Dre, we got one. Dr. Dre, he picked his brain. Now we're moving on to the next chair. You got chairs lined up. Dr. Dre's out.
hmm, Dr. Dre. Let me see who else. I'd say, hmm, let me see. I say RZA
Okay.
because his style is like I just want to. Of course, I know he's inspired off like karate, kung fu shit, all those
Right.
flicks. Just want to ask him. I'd ask him like, why the hell would he mix some kung fu shit with hip hop? Because it sounds dope at the end of the day. When I
Right.
first
Right.
when I first listened to Wu Tang, I heard like karate chops and you know kung fu noise. It was like swords clashing. I was like, the hell is this shit? It's
Yeah.
dope. It's like sometimes like just want to wonder like what the hell was in his mind at the time when he
Yeah.
was making all of that. Because Wu Tang, they're a dope ass group, man,
Yeah.
and
Definitely, bro. No, definitely.
they got a different style than a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
one of my favorite groups.
That's
They
dope.
got
Yeah.
that grimy
Definitely.
ass sound, that grimy 90s sound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely inspired off of them.
Hell yeah. All right. Wu Tang's out. Dr. Dre, Wu Tang. 2 chairs gone. You got one last chair. Who you putting in that chair? Who you asking?
Hmm, what am I asking? Shit. Let me see. Hmm. Um, damn.
I
Third one.
know.
I'd say, hmm, I say Marley Marl.
Okay.
He's like a underrated producer, or yeah, producer in my opinion, because he was he was the one who made all the Juice Crew records, with
Yep.
Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, Roxanne
Yeah.
Shante. I wouldn't ask him a specific question, but I just want to know, or I'd like ask him about because his sonics are also crazy.
Right.
Like when I listened to his beats, he was the first one. When I listened to him, I was like, this guy got some dusty ass beats
Yeah.
because his beats they're like also the grimy sound, but it's a different
Yeah.
kind of grimy because of I think it was like how he sampled his drums or like how he processed it. Like I'd want to learn about his sonics than anyone else
Right.
because yeah, it's like that grimy ass sound.
Yep.
It's all break beats. And then, yeah,
All
because
right.
he
All
also
right.
inspired me to use all the break beats. in a
Definitely.
different way because he always chopped up "Impeach the President" by the Honey Drippers.
Yep.
And then that's a dope ass drum break to anyone that likes chopping up breaks.
Yep.
That's like iconic ass break beat.
That's dope, bro. All right. Well, you got your 3 chairs. We wrapped it up. Before we go, for one, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate everything. I had a blast.
Appreciate it, man.
I
Yeah.
always I appreciate it. Before we go, shout out anybody you want to shout out, plug anything, social media. Obviously, I'll put your links below, but plug anything you want to plug.
Say shout out to say Anomalous. I do know him. I
Oh,
forgot to
I
mention him.
forgot.
He's
Oh, I
cool.
forgot. Okay, you know it
He's
now. All right,
cool.
All right,
And Vinny's cool. I chopped it up
I
with
know
him.
Vinny. I know Vinny.
Corey's cool.
I know Corey. I
I know
forgot
the
you. Now,
breezy
damn, I forgot
someone.
to bring it. Yeah, I forgot to bring it up before.
Um, Hooded one. I remember
Yep.
him. Shout out to
Yep.
him. I know he just dropped the beat tape. I gotta check
Yeah,
that
he
out.
did. Yeah, he did. He did. Actually, there's a couple hours. That was at work.
I say the homie Frost,
Okay.
Illinois. He's dope. Got some of my OGs in there. Andrew, he taught me how to DJ.
Yeah.
Orion, we
Yep.
always try to scratch it up. Um, who else?
You're gonna now the crazy thing is you're gonna say all these people and you're gonna forget somebody like fuck.
I know that's one thing I was like,
I
who else did
know.
I forget? Because I got the Vegas
Everybody always
people, the
everybody always
people
does
I
that.
don't know, people I know from online,
Yeah.
OGs. I think that's it for now.
All right,
If I
bro. I
forgot someone,
appreciate you
but
coming on. I appreciate it. LarriWhyte podcast. Julian, go check him out, bro. He's on the come up, everybody. Stay on the lookout. I appreciate you, bro.
yeah, no problem. Peace.
LarriWhyte podcast. Peace.